Why be easy when you can just die? I'm Chewy Mew, and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video, where today we're going to continue taking a look at the ToyBiz Marvel Legends Urban Legends box set. A lot of legends, because these figures are legendary. In one of the past videos, we took a look at Punisher and then Spider-Man, and I thought both of these figures are great. I was a lot more excited to take a look at Punisher, because I've never had a Punisher figure. I've basically never had any of these figures before. I wasn't as excited with Spider-Man because I have the single card version and it's pretty similar. I still think it's the definitive, one of the definitive simple painted Spider-Man figures. There's right off the bat, he does a little bit of like muscle sculpting here on his shoulder. You can see a little bit of the materials kind of sticking out a little bit there. Like on this one, if you flip it around, it doesn't have that, so it clearly has one direction that it's meant to be exposed to the outside. Take a look at that head sculpt. Little pointy ears there. I like this color. It looks, it doesn't look anything, it doesn't look like the movie. It's obviously very comic book inspired, but it has like the dark, kind of gritty colors, which I feel like works really good for the box set. How him and Punisher have like the very much dark kind of color schemes. And then Spider-Man and Electro have like flashy colors, which I like the diversity there. And then a lot of dark burgundy, some like almost like black color. And for me, what really makes this figure look even cooler is that it's not glossy. Like his costume looks all matte. Like to me, that looks really, really cool. That it's not a glossy, super, you know, flashy, popping out Spider-Man. You can see all the gray muscle sculpting on his back there, on the ribs right there, the chest. You can see the fabric pulling and stretching across his chest and stuff. They even sculpted some of like the ab muscles going onto the pelvis here. There's a bit of like black paint kind of there. I think that's like just an issue with this one. That's kind of weird. Even when you bend back the joint, the red doesn't really, there's like red shading there when you bend it back. That looks pretty cool how the red is exposed there. Some of the joints here are red. It's kind of like the thing with Spider-Man. If you have the joints the other way, you can see the red color, which is kind of hidden. We don't talk about that. Come on. His peg holes. These peg holes on these figures are really, really tight. Like Elektra and Punisher's, they're peg holes. Something about the feet holes, they just don't stick the base on here, and his are really tight there. I think the size of the plastic is a little bit too thick. And you can see he has the DD symbol on his chest. I love that it's a little bit off-center. Well, the first D on there, it's a little bit... Actually, no, it is a little off-center. I think that's on purpose. If it's on purpose, I really like that it's not symmetrical on his costume. Not symmetrical. I think that's really cool the way it looks right there. All the muscles on the neck there. When you move the joint, you do see some of the paint underneath, but to me, that's fine. It's a little bit of... to me, it almost looks more like it has more wash to it. Like on the shoulder, the paint is kind of wearing off here. You can actually scratch that off. I'm not going to do that. I love how when you look at certain parts, like on the inside of his arms, it's a lot lighter burgundy. Whereas on the chest and the torso, it's very, very much dark burgundy with some reddish and black wash in there. When you bend the knees, you can see some paint too. Really, really nice. I love that the feet here, look at the foot there. This foot has a lot of dark, and then on this side it has lighter. The same thing on this one too, where it kind of looks like, I guess, kind of like shadows a little bit. You could probably get some pretty good poses, get some good lighting here, make it look like his costume is kind of shaded in the dark, like he's, you know, kind of like hanging out, creeping in the dark, trying to get you from behind. On the bottom of his foot, or on the side of his leg, actually, 2003 Marvel Entertainment, made in China, ToyBiz Worldwide, 2003. Sculpting and stuff. This figure, I mean, they did sculpt muscles. They did sculpt the muscles and the fabric pulling over it. It does still have good sculpt. The head, it looks very, very accurate to like a comic book looking Deadpool. I keep saying Deadpool. It looks very much accurate, like very human lips and nose, the wrinkles there, the chin, the little ears sticking out, the lines going on the costume, the horns. It does have great, the sculpt that it does have, it is very minimal, but it is a very good sculpt here. But to me, what makes up for having not as... I mean, it's the same thing with Spider-Man. It's just like a pretty simplistic costume. If it doesn't have raised webbing, it's pretty simple. Same thing with DareDevil here. It's a pretty simplistic costume, but it looks... The shading just looks so good. Because it... I mean, sometimes just... If you look at it in the camera... Maybe turn on the flash, it helps. Like, if you turn on the flash here, you can see how it's, his base costume is like a burgundy, but there's tons of red, and there's a lot of color, a lot of stuff going on in the costume. Really, really awesome. And then to brighten up his very much dark red, black, burgundy color, it comes with a very bright white looking weapon here. It's kind of like a hook weapon. I don't know what the name of this is, but it's like a little grappling hook you can throw and, you know, hook it to stuff. I have like a little hook right here, a little wire right there. Put the camera up there on my shelf right here. We could hook it there, and then he can hold the weapon there. It's kind of tough to get it into his hand here, but you can get it into the hand right there. You can kind of have him hanging from it. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. Kind of have him like swinging around. I think that's kind of the thing. It's supposed to be like a kind of swinging thing like Spider-Man. It does fit in the left hand pretty good. I always just default to putting accessories in the left hand because I'm left-handed. Yeah, this hand it fits a lot better there. Now it kind of, once you put it in a position like this, it kind of does sag down. Now actually, honestly, no, it does actually fit better in his left hand here. He has a pretty similar kind of body structure to Spider-Man, so he should be able to do it, right? Yeah, he can, like that, see? And you can even have him grab the weapon here. I mean, a Spider-Man just holds like a single string with his hand, but yeah, you can pretty much, you could use this wire, or you could even use Daredevil to have like the upside down Spider-Man pose there. Or something like this, you could have him, you know, catching Spider-Man. Not that he could probably catch Spider-Man. Spider-Man's too fast. But hey, sometimes Spider-Man gets like punched by regular people. So, oops. I'm trying to make it go like this, and then have it hook like that. So, oops. You see what I'm trying to do here? You can have it hook together. Oops. I can't do it, but you guys get what I'm trying to do. Where you can have it wrapped around a character like Spider-Man here. You know, it's kind of like his version of webbing people up, where he doesn't have webs, obviously, but he does have his little handy-dandy, I don't know what the name of this thing is, but it's some kind of weapon here. Crap, I can't get it to hook here. Like, if you hook it, crap. I'm not going to stop until I figure this out. Okay, but yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's go over his articulation now. His head looks up all the way, looks all the way down, rotates in the arm here all the way up. Rotates here as well. Double bend in the knee, or double bend the elbow and the knee. A boot rotation here, or a glove, and then a hinge in the wrist. Nothing in the finger, but to me, this is a scenario where it's fine because so he can hold his weapon. A very good ab crunch forward and back. Rotation here in the waist. The legs kick up all the way. Double bend in the knee. He can do the splits. This leg is a little bit hindered by his belt, but if you move it, you can still get the splits there. Double bend in the knee, like I said, a boot cut, ankle pivot here, the foot goes forward and back, the toe bends up, and it bends down. Also, I didn't mention, but he has the armpit joint here too, which, armpit joint, I feel like, in this scenario for him, if I had to choose, I think I'd much rather have the butterfly joints, but, I think this figures, again, is really, really good. I think it's pretty cool looking. I've said this ad nauseum at this point, but I don't collect non-Marvel Legends or non-Spider-Man characters, but this is a pretty cool looking figure. All these figures have been pretty nice so far. I was originally thinking of customizing him, but now I'm thinking that I don't want to. I feel like he looks way too nice to ruin by customizing, so I'm probably going to leave him intact. And also, he does look a little bit hunched over. Like, it kind of looks a little bit like if Spider-Man's butterfly joints were a little bit all the way to the front, he looks a little bit kind of hunched over. Those are like my only issues. Looks a little bit hunched over, and I wish his grabbing hands were a little bit better. But yeah, either way, that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to let me know. Let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know if you think I should risk it and customize it. I don't really want to customize it because it looks too nice. But either way, that's all for this video. I will see you guys in the next review. Wow.